Welcome, deep divers. This is the Deep Dive presented by Knowledge Flow. And today, wow, we are embarking on a really comprehensive journey. We're tearing into this meticulously designed program, one that promises to, well, supercharge your strength, sculpt your aesthetic form, and build truly holistic health. And it promises surprising results in just 8 weeks. We're talking everything from highly individualized training approaches, detailed nutrition plans, right down to the crucial role of micronutrients, things people often forget. This isn't just about hitting the gym, is it? It's really about a complete, informed transformation from the inside out. Our core mission for you today, to walk away not just stronger, but genuinely healthier, understanding how to build the body that performs, as amazingly as it looks.
That's exactly right. Our deep dive today is all about extracting the most practical, actionable insights from this material. We'll clarify key concepts, connect the dots across strength building, dietary science, essential supplementation, basically making sure you have the knowledge to apply right away. And actually, before you even think about starting, the program emphasizes a critical first step. You need to record your current personal bests, your PRs for your press, deadlift, and squat.
The baseline. Always important.
Crucial. Why? Because that objective baseline, it's your roadmap. It lets you track truly incredible progress 2 months down the line. It's not just about feeling stronger, it's about seeing those numbers prove it.
Okay, let's dive in. Imagine you're standing there, day 1 of this 8-week transformation. What's the very first, most fundamental principle this program throws at you? It seems to start with the foundation of strength. Training philosophy. And right off the bat, it's clear this isn't just about making muscles bigger. It's incredibly focused on strengthening your ligaments and joints too. That feels important.
It really is. That dual approach is key. You're building long-term health right alongside those impressive gains. It's about being strong, sure, but also truly resilient, prepared for, anything.
One of the first things that really jumps out is this emphasis on individualized weight selection. It says there's no magic number, which I think is a relief for many people.
Yeah.
You can't just copy the person next to you, right?
Absolutely not. That's a recipe for disaster, or at least suboptimal results.
So for your working sets, the goal is choosing a weight that feels genuinely challenging. The program guides us to pick a load that lets you finish the reps, say, 3 sets of 10, but leaving just 1 repetition in reserve, or RIR, for each set.
And this concept of reps in reserve, RIR, it's, like you said, pivotal. It's a smart way to train with high intensity without constantly grinding yourself into the ground, pushing to absolute failure every single time.
Why does that matter so much? I mean, isn't failure where the growth happens?
Well, yes and no. Constantly training to failure, especially on heavy compounds, can lead to excessive central nervous system fatigue. It can really compromise your recovery and, honestly, significantly increases your risk of injury over time. By consistently leaving just 1 rep in the tank, you're still giving your muscles a powerful stimulus for growth, for adaptation, but you're also, intelligently managing your recovery capacity. It allows for consistent, sustainable progress, no overtraining, no burnout. It's strategic.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But then it gets really interesting. The instruction for the final set of each exercise, it says go all out, complete those target reps with maximum effort. That feels like a total contradiction after talking about RIR.
It does seem like a paradox, doesn't it? But it's actually a really nuanced understanding of muscle physiology. While RIR manages fatigue in those earlier foundational sets, pushing to near or absolute failure in that final set, that provides a profound physiological stimulus. It's in those last grinding reps that you recruit the highest threshold motor units. These are the biggest, most powerful muscle fibers, the ones key for both maximal strength and hypertrophy, or muscle growth. So the balance is critical. You build consistency with RIR, you prime the muscle, and then bam, in that final set, you throw everything you've got at it safely, of course, to elicit that peak response.
Safely being the key word there.
Absolutely. And that's where impeccable form becomes completely non-negotiable, even when you're giving it absolutely everything. It's about controlled power.
Right. And speaking of controlled effort, the program seems pretty pragmatic about rep counts and this idea of 150% effort. It says slight variations like doing 8 or maybe 12 reps instead of exactly 10 in that final all-out set are totally okay. The key thing seems to be expending maximum effort without letting your technique fall apart. So the 3 sets of 10 are more like guidelines.
Exactly. Guidelines, not rigid laws. The true driver of progress is the intensity and the effort, not just hitting an arbitrary number, as long as your technique is solid.
But how do you really gauge 150% effort without just, throwing technique out the window? Is it just pushing harder mentally?
That's a great question. 150% effort isn't literal. It's about maximum recruitment within your current limit for that rep range.
Yeah.
Imagine you're aiming for 10 reps. You hit 8, and your brain starts whispering, okay, start now, good set. The 150% comes in, pushing through that mental barrier, firing up every last fiber for rep 9, then rep 10. The weight might slow down significantly on that last rep, sure, but your form still locked in. It's the difference between just doing a set and really conquering it.
So it's that internal dialogue. Can I do one more perfectly? Not just, can I heave this up somehow?
Precisely. Pushing intensity while maintaining integrity.
Which leads perfectly to the program's big, bold warning. Technique is key. As soon as you don't follow, it becomes dangerous. Always control your technique. They really hammer this home.
And they absolutely should. You simply cannot overstate the link between proper form, preventing injury, and actually engaging the muscles you intend to work. When technique breaks down, you risk injury, yes, but you also shift the load away from the target muscles. It makes the exercise less effective.
Like ego lifting, right? Trying to lift too much weight.
That's the classic pitfall. Using momentum, arching your back, bringing in other muscles, it undermines the whole point. The program is smart to make technique paramount. It ensures your effort goes into building strength safely and productively. It's the foundation.
Okay, foundation laid, technique first. But our bodies adapt, don't they? If we keep doing the same thing, progress stalls. So how does this program make sure we're always pushing, always forcing those muscles to get stronger?
Right, adaptation is the name of the game. And that's where the classic principle of pervasive overload comes in. You have to continually provide a new, challenging stimulus. Muscles adapt to the demands placed on them. To keep growing stronger, they need to be challenged beyond their current capacity. If the stimulus stays the same, well, you hit a plateau.
So how do we know when to increase the challenge?
The program keeps it simple. It advises periodically changing exercises and, crucially, increasing the weight. The indicator. If you find you can consistently do a few more reps with your usual load, that's your green light. Time to add a bit more weight.
But if you're struggling hard on the very last rep already,
then it's too soon. Hold off. It's a direct feedback loop from your own body. Listen to it.
and the program is refreshingly honest about finding the right weight through trial and error. It admits it takes time. It's not instant. It sounds like finding that sweet spot weight is almost an art.
It really is. It's part science, part self-awareness.
I remember trying to jump up too quickly once. Thought I could handle it. Nearly folded myself in half. What's a common mistake people make here?
The folding in half stage. We've all been there. The biggest mistake is ego lifting, like we mentioned. Trying to match someone else. Pushing too hard before your body, your tendons, your technique are ready. The goal is a weight that feels significantly heavy for those last 2 or 3 reps, but, and this is the crucial bit, without breaking form. The program gives a good example. Planning 12 reps, but feeling like you really want to stop after 8, then pushing through those last few.
So it's about listening to your body, not just the numbers on the plates.
Absolutely. Patience, self-awareness, and a willingness to experiment are key. What matters most isn't the weight your friend uses, or even the weight I use. It's what's right for you, right now.
And for different experience levels, the program offers specific guidance for beginners and experienced lifters. Beginners are told, basically, don't rush the weight increases. Avoid injury.
Makes sense. Beginners need time to master technique, build that foundation. Their nervous system is learning the patterns.
But for experienced lifters, if you've been working out a while and you're stuck, not seeing results, that's the cue to add more weight.
Exactly. Stalled progress for someone experienced often signals the stimulus isn't strong enough anymore. Your body has adapted. It needs a bigger challenge, more weight, maybe more reps, perhaps more sets. It's time to increase the demand. It's about applying the right stimulus for where you are in your journey.
Okay, let's shift from the how of lifting to the structure of the whole program. This includes rest, mindset, all crucial pieces. The program mentions a power building approach. Sounds intriguing. What exactly did that mean for us?
Power building is essentially a hybrid. It blends the heavy compound lifts and the strength focus you see in powerlifting. You know, your squats, bench press, deadlifts with a higher volume, accessory work, and aesthetic focus of bodybuilding.
So best of both worlds, strong and muscular.
That's the goal, yeah. You build maximal strength, that functional power, but also that well-developed muscular physique. It's a really comprehensive way to train.
Before you even touch a weight, the program really emphasizes pre-training preparation. Watching videos for warm-ups, rest protocols, weight selection. It's like homework before the workout.
It's smart homework, though. Proper warm-ups aren't just about injury prevention, although that's huge. They also prime your nervous system, get blood flowing, raise core temperature, improve mobility. They set the stage for better performance. And understanding rest periods, which we'll get into, is vital for energy recovery and getting the specific training adaptations you want. It ensures you're training with purpose, not just guessing.
Then there's a big focus on dedicated ABS and core work just once a week. And the program makes this incredibly strong statement. ABS and back muscles are your corset, injury protection, and your strength. That's vivid.
It's a fantastic analogy, the corset. A strong core truly is foundational. Think of it as the central pillar transferring force. For heavy lifts like squats and deadlifts, a stable core protects your spine, lets you transfer power efficiently.
So stronger core means stronger lift.
Directly. Your body isn't wasting energy trying to stabilize itself. It also helps with balance, posture, the aesthetic side, and even feeling the muscles work better in other exercises. It's the unsung hero.
Okay, moving away from the lifting itself, let's talk recovery. The program specifies rest intervals very clearly. For the big lifts, squat, bench, deadlift, it's 4 minutes between sets. For other sets, it's 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes between different exercises entirely. Why these specific times? Is it just arbitrary?
Not at all. There's solid science there, mainly related to energy systems. For those big, heavy compound lifts, you're heavily taxing your ATP-PC system.
Yeah.
That's your quick, powerful energy source, but it depletes fast.
So the 4 minutes lets it recover fully.
Pretty much. Near full replenishment. This is crucial for maintaining maximal strength on subsequent heavy sets. The shorter 2-minute rests for accessory work still allow decent recovery, but also build up more metabolic stress, which is great for hypertrophy muscle growth.
And the 3 minutes between exercises.
That's like a mini reset. Gives you a psychological and physiological breather, lets you refocus and prepare your whole body for the next movement pattern. It's all very intentional.
And before you even start the weekly grind, there's an initial strength test. This is your baseline tracker for the 8 weeks. It involves 1 set of max reps for pull-ups.
Good test of relative upper body pulling strength.
Then a 15-minute rest. Then 1 set of max reps for parallel bar dips.
Excellent measure of upper body pushing strength.
Followed by a 20-minute rest. And finally, 1 round of max reps for push-ups. Classic benchmarks.
Absolutely. These baseline tests are invaluable. Bodyweight exercises like these are fantastic indicators of your strength relative to your own body weight. Recording these numbers gives you a tangible starting point. It's incredibly motivating later when you retest and see how far you've come. Turns subjective feelings into objective data.
And to wrap up the training section, the program ends with this really motivational mindset piece. It says, "My team and I have done everything to make sure that your upcoming 2 months are filled with strength, health, and progress. Don't hesitate, buddy. Sweat, pain, and hard work won't stop you. Let's go, champ." It's quite rousing.
It is, and that psychological component is so important. Setting clear goals, acknowledging the hard work involved, but also being encouraged to embrace it. That significantly impacts whether you stick with it. Feeling supported, having a plan, being told you can do it, that's crucial for sustained effort. Transformation is mental as much as physical.
Okay, let's smoothly transition from the iron to the kitchen. Equally vital. Nutrition. We're diving into the fundamentals, starting with PFC. Protein, fats, carbs, we all know them, but this program seems to emphasize optimizing them, not just counting.
Exactly. It goes beyond just PFC or fuel. It's about their synergistic application. Protein isn't just building blocks. It's optimizing muscle protein synthesis, preserving lean mass. Fats aren't just energy. They're hormone regulators, critical for recovery. Carbs aren't just fuel. It's about timing and type for performance. It's the interplay that matters.
The program gives a simple starting point for individual PFC daily requirements. It suggests 1 gram of protein per kilo of body weight, 1 gram of fat per kilo, and body weight times 4 grams for carbs. So for their example, a 60-kilogram woman, that's 60-gram protein, 60-gram fat, and 240-gram carbs daily. Seems straightforward. But for our listeners who might already track macros, are there common pitfalls with these initial numbers?
Good question. The main pitfall is treating them as absolute rules. They're a great starting point, but some people might need to tweak them. Maybe you're training super hard and feel sluggish on 240-gram carbs, you might need more. Or maybe you find you store fat easily and need fewer carbs. The key is iterative adjustment. Use these numbers for the first week or two, see how your body responds, energy, performance, recovery, and then adjust slightly if needed. It's about self-experimentation.
Moving on. Calories. The program immediately tackles a common misconception. It says, quite bluntly, many people mistakenly believe that a food's energy value determines its usefulness. But this is not true. Why isn't it true? Aren't calories just energy?
Calories are a measure of energy, yes. But the source of those calories, the nutrient density, is arguably more important for health and fitness goals. Think 100 calories of soda versus 100 calories of broccoli. Same energy value, totally different metabolic impact.
Right. One's empty calorie, the other's packed with nutrients.
Precisely. The broccoli provides vitamins, minerals, fiber, things your body needs to function optimally. The soda, just sugar.
Yeah.
Your body utilizes nutrients from whole foods far more effectively. So quality really matters, not just the calorie count.
To get a baseline, the program gives simple formulas for minimum daily calories. Your basal metabolic rate, BMR. This is what you burn just existing, right?
Exactly. At rest, breathing, circulation, keeping the lights on, basically.
For women, it's weight in kilogram times 22 kilograms. For men, weight in kilogram times 24.2 kilograms.
These give you that baseline energy need. It's the foundation. Then you add calories for everything else you do, walking, working, and of course, training. Understanding your BMR is critical for figuring out your total daily energy expenditure, or TDEE.
And finally, just a reminder of the caloric values. Protein is 4 kilocalories per gram, fats are 9 kilos per gram, and carbs are also 4 kilocalories per gram.
Knowing these values is fundamental. It lets you understand the energy density of foods, why fats pack such a punch calorie-wise. It's crucial for accurate planning, whether you're aiming for muscle gain or fat loss.
All right, let's really unpack these PFCs. Different kinds, best sources. Starting with protein. The building blocks. We know it comes from plants and animals, made of amino acids. 9 are essential, meaning we have to eat them.
Right, and the key difference between animal and plant proteins often lies in that essential amino acid profile. Complete proteins contain all 9 essentials in good amounts.
Which usually includes animal sources.
Typically, yes. The program lists things like fish, eggs, dairy, red meat, poultry, all excellent sources of complete protein.
But what about plant-based eaters? The program lists whole grains, lentils, nuts, beans, legumes, even things like avocados, soybeans, hemp seeds.
And that's important. While individual plant sources might not be complete on their own, a varied plant-based diet absolutely can provide all essential amino acids. You combine different sources like beans and rice or lentils and nuts throughout the day. Variety is key to getting that full profile.
Okay, next, fats essential for function. We start with saturated fatty acids, sources listed. Lard, fatty meat, fish, eggs, dairy.
Saturated fats have roles in energy, hormone production, cell structure. General advice is usually to moderate intake, especially from processed foods, for heart health. Knowing the natural sources helps make informed choices.
Then, unsaturated fatty acids, mainly from plants and fish. The program notes they have lower heat resistance, suggesting eating them raw is better.
That's a practical point. Unsaturated fats, monos, and polys are great for cardiovascular health. High heat can degrade some of their beneficial properties, so using olive oil in dressings or adding nuts and seeds after cooking helps preserve their goodness.
And the list of sources is long. Fish oil, avocado, peanuts, olives, cashews, various oils like olive, sesame, rapeseed, walnuts, fish, almonds, flax, soy.
It's a diverse group. Incorporating a variety is key. You get different types of unsaturated fats, like omega-3s from fish and flax, monounsaturated from olives and avocados. Great for heart health, brain function, everything.
Finally, carbohydrates, the energy source, divided into simple, fast, and complex, slow. The key indicator mentioned is the glycemic index, GI.
Understanding GI is crucial. It tells you how quickly a carbohydrate raises your blood sugar. High GI means a fast spike, triggering a strong insulin response.
And insulin's job is to manage that sugar.
Right. It shuttles glucose into cells for energy or stores it as glycogen. A sharp insulin spike can lead to a subsequent crash in blood sugar cravings and potentially more fat storage if that energy isn't used. Smooth, steady energy release is usually better.
Let's look at simple, fast carbohydrates. High GI, easily digested. The program highlights the harm. Sharp blood sugar increase, disrupted insulin production, and a tendency for calories to be stored as subcutaneous fat. Examples given: white sugar, jams, honey, flour products, sugary fruits, juices, starchy veggies. But there's a specific benefit. Consuming 20-30 grams of fast carbs about half an hour before a workout can actually boost performance, endurance, efficiency, a strategic use.
Absolutely. It's that window of opportunity. Pre-workout, fast carbs provide quick energy, top off glycogen stores, maybe spare muscle glycogen during the workout. Outside that window, though, their rapid digestion and insulin spike can cause the problems mentioned. Fat storage, energy crashes. Context is everything.
Then the flip side, Complex carbohydrates.
Yeah.
Medium GI, absorbed gradually, contains starch and fiber, minimal sugar. Examples: most cereals, grains, vegetables, some fruits, beans, lentils, nuts, seeds, whole grain flour, bran.
These are the stars for sustained energy. Slow digestion means stable blood sugar, no sharp spikes and crashes. And the fiber content is huge.
How does fiber help exactly?
Well, there are two main types. Soluble fiber forms a gel, slows glucose absorption, can help lower cholesterol. Insoluble fiber adds bulk, aids digestion, prevents constipation. Both are vital for gut health, feeling full, and controlling blood sugar. Complex carbs are really the backbone of a healthy, active diet.
Now, for something really fascinating in this program, the collagen diet. This goes beyond just muscle protein. First, what is collagen? It's defined as the main structural protein in skin and connective tissues, about 30% of our body's protein. Main job: healthy skin, wound healing. It gets broken down into amino acids for building and regeneration.
It's essentially the body's scaffolding, critical not just for skin, but bones, tendons, ligaments, cartilage, even blood vessels, and the gut lining. Its role is incredibly widespread.
Made of 19 amino acids like glycine, proline, lysine. And there are at least 29 types, but we mainly have types 1, 2, and 3.
Correct, and they're found in specific places. Type 1, abundant in skin, tendons, organs, bone, provides tensile strength. Type 2, mainly in cartilage for flexibility and shock absorption. Type 3, in reticular fibers, providing support in organs. Shows how specialized collagen is.
So the collagen diet principles. It's about avoiding excess sugar and refined carbs while eating foods high in collagen. And since collagen declines with age, the diet aims to help maintain youthfulness, energy, and beauty. That link between diet and anti-aging is interesting.
It's compelling, right? That age-related decline is linked to wrinkles, joint stiffness. So dietary approaches aim to support the body's own collagen production to counteract this. It's an internal strategy for maintaining structural health, impacting how we look and feel.
What are the food sources? High in collagen.
Yeah.
Fish, chicken, egg whites. Foods that aid production. Citrus, berries, red yellow veggies, garlic, white tea, leafy greens, cashews, tomatoes, bell peppers, beans, avocados, soy. Even some herbs are mentioned.
That list shows you don't just need collagen itself, but the building blocks and helpers. Like vitamin C from citrus and berries, it's absolutely essential for forming strong collagen fibers. It's a whole food approach.
The program lists 7 possible health benefits. It admits up front many of these claims have not been scientifically proven, but says the overall diet is healthy anyway. This raises a question. What's the real difference between eating collagen-rich foods and taking supplements?
Great point. Even if specific supplement claims need more research, the foods in this diet, fruits, veg, lean protein, are undeniably healthy. Food gives you collagen precursors plus a whole matrix of other nutrients. Supplements offer a concentrated dose, maybe helpful sometimes, but the food-first approach provides that solid, nutrient-rich foundation.
Okay, let's quickly run through these 7 potential benefits. First, improves skin health.
Makes sense. Collagen directly impacts skin elasticity and moisture. Supporting it aims to reduce dryness and wrinkles associated with aging.
Second, prevents bone density loss.
Collagen is a major part of bone structure, providing the framework. Supporting its production helps maintain bone strength, especially important as we age.
Third, eases joint pain.
Collagen maintains cartilage health, which cushions joints. Supporting this could help with flexibility and potentially reduce pain linked to conditions like osteoarthritis.
Fourth, promotes heart health.
Collagen provides structure to arteries. Lack of it could contribute to weakening or hardening, so supporting collagen is potentially good for cardiovascular function.
Fifth, promotes hair and nail growth.
Collagen provides building blocks for strong, shiny hair and resilient nails.
Sixth, promotes gut health.
Its amino acids can aid digestion, potentially help repair the gut lining, and support healthy gut bacteria.
And seventh, boosts metabolism.
Possibly through increased satiety from protein and its thermic effect, potentially improving fat burning and weight management. Ties back into the strength and aesthetic goals.
Okay, let's shift focus again, this time to a very common goal. Crafting your diet for muscle gain. There's a golden rule stated right at the start. Simple and clear. Consume more than you spend. The bedrock principle.
Exactly. It's the principle of caloric surplus. To build any new tissue, including muscle, your body needs more energy coming in than going out. Without that surplus, no matter how hard you train, you won't have the resources to grow. It's Physiology 101.
The program gives formulas for calorie calculation for muscle gain. For men, weight in kilogram times 30 plus 500 kilocal. For women, weight in kilogram times 30 plus 300 kilocal. But stresses individuality. These are starting points.
Right. They provide a starting surplus. The difference reflects general metabolic variations. But crucially, it's about a clean bulk. The quality of those extra calories matters. You want them fueling muscle growth, anabolism, not just adding body fat. Nutrient-dense foods are key.
What foods does it recommend daily? Meat, poultry, cereals, cottage cheese, if dairy's okay, eggs, vegetables, and at least 1.5 liters of water. Solid basics.
Absolutely. High-quality protein for repair, complex carbs for fuel, micronutrients from veggies for overall health, and hydration, which is non-negotiable for basically everything.
Now, PFC ratios for muscle gain. Men, 20-30% protein, 10-20% fats, 50-60% carbs. Women, 20% protein, 40% fats, 40% carbs. That higher fat percentage for women is notable. Why?
That's a really interesting point. It often reflects the importance of dietary fats for female hormonal health. Adequate fat intake is crucial for maintaining healthy levels of hormones like estrogen, which impacts overall health, recovery, even muscle synthesis. For men, the higher carb percentage often supports higher training volumes, sometimes associated with bulking. It's about balancing anabolism with hormonal health.
To simplify, it also suggests at least 0.8 g fat per kilo body weight, 2 g protein per kilojoule, and twice as many carbs in grams as protein. Clear targets. It includes sample menus around 3,000 calories, but emphasizes adaptability. Nutrition is individual. Use them as a guide, change products, but remember the PFC balance. The structure involves multiple meals.
Yes, the samples show meals spread throughout the day: breakfast, second breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, last meal. This provides a consistent supply of nutrients, optimizes muscle protein synthesis by keeping amino acids available, stabilizes energy, and aids recovery. You see balanced meals with lean proteins, complex carbs, veggies providing the right fuel consistently.
Okay, let's tackle the flip side, slimming down or shredding. The program clarifies a common confusion right away. It points out that weight loss isn't just fat loss. You can lose water, glycogen, even muscle. Shredding, however, is specifically about reducing fat while minimizing muscle loss for that leaner, defined look.
That distinction is critical. If you just want the scale number lower, a simple deficit might work, but you risk losing muscle definition. Shredding requires a more nuanced approach to protect that hard-earned muscle. It directly impacts your final look and capability.
It outlines 5 steps. Step 1, setting a goal. Realistic time frame. 12-20 weeks or more for significant loss. 5-10% body weight. Safe rate. Less than 0.51% of body weight per week.
That slower controlled rate is key for sustainability. Rapid loss often means muscle loss, metabolic slowdown, and rebound weight gain. Slow and steady protects muscle, maintains metabolism, and leads to lasting results.
Step 2, determining calorie requirements. Recalculate BMR using more detailed formulas this time. For men, 10x weight kilogram plus 6.25x height centimeters, 5x age plus 5. For women, 10x weight kilogram plus 6.25x height centimeters, 5x age.
Recalculating BMR gives you the most accurate current baseline energy need. As your weight changes, your BMR changes. This precision is the starting point for figuring out your total daily energy expenditure, TDEE.
Which leads to step 3, determining activity level. Multiply your BMR by an activity factor 1.2 for sedentary, up to 1.9 for very high activity, like training more than 7 times a week.
Accurately gauging activity is crucial. Underestimate, and your deficit might be too small. Overestimate, and it might be too aggressive, risking muscle loss. This calculation gives you your TDEE, the calories needed to maintain your current weight.
Step 4, determine calorie deficit. To lose about both 0.4 kilograms, almost a pound, of fat per week, you need a 3,500 kilogal weekly deficit, or 500 kilogal per day, called a safe and reasonable rate.
That 500 kilocalorie deficit is a well-established, sustainable approach. It encourages fat burning while providing enough energy and nutrients to preserve muscle. It avoids the extreme restriction that backfires metabolically.
Step 5, determine PFC fractions for shredding. Reminder, protein carbs 4 kilocalories, fat 9 kilocalories. Protein recommendation is high, 2 to 3.5 grams per kilogram body weight. Key for holding on to muscle.
Absolutely paramount during a deficit. High protein boosts metabolism slightly, thermic effect, increases satiety, and most importantly, signals the body to preserve muscle tissue while burning fat.
Fats, 0.5 to 1 gram per kilogram body weight. Focus on unsaturated fats, limit saturated to under 10% of calories for heart health. Which brings us back to the question, why are carbohydrates calculated last?
Because carbs are the most flexible variable. Protein is set high for muscle preservation. Fat is set at a healthy minimum for hormonal function. The remaining calories needed to hit your target deficit are then allocated to carbohydrates. This lets you adjust carbs based on your energy needs, training, and how your body responds, making them the adjustable dial.
The program then introduces a fascinating staged approach to shredding 4 distinct phases, not just one long cut.
This is advanced stuff. It's designed to prevent metabolic slowdown and plateaus by changing the stimulus. Each stage has specific metabolic goals aiming for sustained fat loss while protecting muscle. Much smarter than a simple static calorie cut.
Stage 1, losing weight shredding 4 weeks. PFC ratio. 50% protein, 20% fat, 30% carbs. Sample menu. Non-fat cottage cheese, wholemeal toast, fruit for breakfast, steamed fish meat, porridge, veggies for lunch, poultry, stewed veggies, porridge for dinner.
This sets the stage. High protein starts the muscle preservation, moderate fats for health, moderate carbs for fuel, balanced nutrient-dense meals.
Stage 2, no carbohydrates 7 days. Whoa. PFC. 70% protein, 20% fats, only 10% carbs. Complex carbs only, first half a day, no bread, toast, fruit, porridge amount slashed. Sounds intense. What's the goal here and what should people expect?
This is aggressive. The goal is to rapidly deplete glycogen stores, forcing the body to ramp up fat burning. Expect lower energy for workouts, maybe some brain fog or irritability. The carb timing aims to use any glucose early, then rely on fat later. High discipline needed. It's a short, sharp shock to the system.
Stage 3, water elimination 7 days. Even more extreme, all carbs excluded. Regular water replaced by distilled water, other foods limited. Menu salads, boiled egg whites, tiny bit of grits, steamed fish seafood, no salt on some meals.
This is peak week stuff, often for competitions. Zero carbs for maximum glycogen depletion. Water manipulation aims to shed subcutaneous water for that ultra-defined, dry look. Needs careful monitoring, can mess with electrolytes, energy. Definitely advanced, not for casual dieting and short-term only. Listen to your body very carefully here.
Finally, stage 4, recovery stage 5-6 days. Reintroduce slow, low GI carbs. Generally follows the stage 1 menu scheme.
Absolutely crucial. This gently brings the body back to balance, replenishes glycogen, stabilizes metabolism, restores hormones without causing a big rebound. It's a controlled recalibration after the extreme phases, helping you transition to maintaining your results.
Okay, wow. Moving from macros to the micro level. Essential micronutrients and supplements. Starting with vitamin Z enhancers, defined as essential organic compounds that help proteins work, facilitating muscle building, fat burning, energy production. Athletes might need 2-4 times more due to faster metabolism. Which B vitamins are especially key here?
Good question. While they all play a role for strength and aesthetics, I'd highlight B6, B12, and B9. B6, pyridoxine, is vital for amino acid metabolism, processing protein for muscle repair. B12, cyanocobalamin, is key for energy metabolism and red blood cell formation, impacting energy levels and oxygen delivery. B9, folic acid, is also crucial for blood cell production, supporting oxygen transport. Deficiencies here can really hinder performance and recovery.
What about the big ones we always hear about, vitamin D and vitamin C? How do they fit into this specific context?
Hugely relevant. Vitamin D, calciferol, isn't just for bones, it's important for muscle function, maybe even testosterone production. Many athletes are deficient, so optimizing it can impact performance. Vitamin C, ascorbic acid, is critical for collagen synthesis. Think joint health, connective tissue, skin. Plus, it's an antioxidant, helping manage exercise stress and aiding recovery.
Let's touch on minerals' vital trace elements. Which ones should athletes particularly focus on from this program?
Iron, zinc, and chromium stand out. Iron is essential for hemoglobin and oxygen transport, critical for endurance. Zinc is involved in metabolism, hormone production, like immune-supporting thymus hormones, and recovery. Chromium helps with insulin function and carbohydrate metabolism, influencing energy use and body composition.
Got it. Now, amino acids and sports supplements for targeted support. The program stresses they aren't magic bullets, not a substitute for diet and exercise.
Absolutely fundamental point. Supplements supplement a solid foundation. They don't create it. Without good nutrition and training, their impact is minimal. Optimize first, then supplement.
Let's break down a few mentioned. Glutamine.
Important for the immune system, which can take a hit from intense training. Glutamine can help support immune function and promote healing post-training. Think recovery and resilience.
The famous BCAAs, leucine, isoleucine, valine.
Key players in muscle protein synthesis, the actual building process. Also used as energy during exercise, help regulate nervous processes, stabilize hormones, crucial for both performance and recovery.
Ornithine.
Less common. It promotes fat burning, enhances metabolism. Interestingly, some studies suggest it might increase growth hormone levels, which is powerful for recovery, growth, and fat loss.
Carnitine.
Known for fat loss. It helps transport fatty acids into mitochondria to be burned for energy, can potentially enhance fat utilization while preserving muscle, great for shredding.
And the powerhouse, creatine monohydrate.
One of the most researched and effective supplements. helps regenerate ATP, immediate energy, allowing more reps, heavier lifts, consistently shown to increase muscle mass and strength. The program suggests 7G day, a common loading or maintenance dose approach. Proven performer.
The program wisely ends the supplement section with important considerations, key safety and efficacy points.
Yes, these are non-negotiable for any supplement use.
Follow the recommended dose. More isn't better. It can be harmful or wasteful.
Watch for unhealthy reactions. Listen to your body. Stop if something feels wrong.
Study contraindications. Check for interactions with medications or health conditions.
Follow timing instructions. Empty stomach. Pre-post workout. It matters for effectiveness. And finally, most importantly, integrate supplements into a solid diet and exercise plan. They complement, they don't replace the fundamentals.
Well, deep divers, what a journey. We've really unpacked a comprehensive blueprint today for transforming strength, sculpting your physique, and building genuine health. It boils down to those key pillars, doesn't it? Individualized training, precise nutrition, and strategic supplementation.
That's exactly it. True. Lasting progress isn't about quick fixes. It's a journey of understanding your own body, refining your approach based on that understanding, and consistently applying these solid principles in the gym, in the kitchen, and even in your rest and recovery. It's about building a complete system.
You've now got the blueprint, the detailed plan for potentially transforming your strength and physique. But the real challenge, and maybe the ultimate reward, lies in tuning into your own body's signals, making these principles work uniquely for you. So here's something to think about. What will be the first small, deliberate step you take towards surprising yourself with your own progress?